So good evening, guys. Welcome back. We already have discussed the content about Finance Commission and about 15th Finance Commission recommendation in the morning video. And now we have given you some assignments. And I hope you have written it well. We are here to discuss the assignment questions. Okay. So let's begin. So first question, as you can see for the preliminary question, preliminary mock question paper which is given, that is, which of the following statements regarding Finance Commission of India are correct, right? So here, for solving prelims question, you need to use elimination method, right? If you eliminate, then that will be very easy. So rather than finding the right answers in this question also, you should be looking for the wrong answers, and where the words, extreme words like only, all, these words are being used, you can simply avoid those answers. You can be extra careful about those answers, right? So here, this is the president must constitute the finance commission at the expiry of 5 years only. No, as president can constitute finance commission if president thinks it is desired, right? Finance commission is a quasi-judicial body. It's a constitutional body under Article 280, and it has quasi-judicial functions with respect to summoning, summoning someone. Recommendations of finance commission is mandatory to be implemented by government. No, this is also a wrong statement, because one of the major problem with the finance commission is that its recommendation is not mandatory, rather it is only recommendatory in nature, and the members are not eligible for reappointment. This is also wrong, because the member can be reappointed. So the correct answer for this will be 2 only. Yes, so only this one is correct. So this was about the prelims question. Let's discuss, we'll slowly increase number of questions. Let's discuss the mains question which I have given it to you, right? The Finance Commission is acting as a wheel of fiscal federalism, analyzed in context of 15th Finance Commission report, right? So in mains question, in mains answer writing, since this is the beginning video, so I'll tell you something. The understanding of question is very, very important. What is the demand of the question? For writing introduction, you need to give the contextual clarity in introduction. You need to bring out the context, since this is the polity related question. So since this is the polity related question, so here the contextual clarity in introduction should be by giving the constitutional context. That would be the most suitable context. You can also use some of the current news context, and you can correlate with constitution and current context both. So here the question is asking about Finance Commission is acting as a wheel of fiscal federalism, analyzed in context of 15th Finance Commission report. That means you will have to talk about Finance Commission as a balancing wheel of fiscal federalism, as well as you will have to also include this 15th Finance Commission report to substantiate it, right? So for introduction, we will have this like this: Finance Commission. You can have given you two introduction. In this case, you can see this: Finance Commission mandated under Article 280 of the Constitution, with core responsibility to evaluate the state of finances of union and state governments. It recommends the sharing of taxes between them, lays down the principles determining the distribution of these taxes among the states. So this is one introduction. If I say this can be written in the way like Finance Commission is responsible for fiscal arrangements between central states and PRI. It gives recommendation to Parliament for Finance Commission is a constitutional body under Article 280, which is responsible for the fiscal arrangements between central, state and Panchayati Raj institutions. So this is how you can write the introduction. There can be several ways in which the introduction of this question can be written. If we see 15th finance, then subsequently the second part of the question, you have to make whole thing relevant with respect to the question. So here you can see 15th Finance Commission report redefines federal fiscal arrangements. This is what how 15th Finance Commission is an improvement over it. So this is one introduction. The second introduction will be like this. You can just see Finance Commission under Article 280 of the Constitution is mandated to deal with vertical and horizontal imbalances between center and state with respect to devolution of taxes or with respect to alternative scheme of devolution. So 15th Finance Commission was constituted under N.K. Singh, has come up with following recommendations for financial decentralization. So this is how also it can be written. Some person can be very much creative in body. In body, you need to follow some structure in which you have to tell them about the idea should be the fiscal federalism, balancing wheel of fiscal federalism, and at the same time you have to write about 15th Finance Commission recommendation. So I'll give you the element of creativity, but how you can be very creative in such kind of questions, right? So in body you can just take up the the structure which is given in 15th Finance Commission report, as I also highlighted in the content video. You can just see in the description. Tax devolution. Tax devolution. This is the first aspect is tax devolution, then grants in aid, then tax effort, then demographic performance, and this is how you will suggest that how with the help of this it helps in vertical as well as horizontal distribution of resources between center, state and Panchayati Raj institutions. So tax devolution, states being deficit in tax collection and expenditure. If we see that there are several states which are not as efficient as center in collection of taxes and in expenditure. So Finance Commission recommends on case to case basis, as we discussed in the content video. You can just refer to it. It is already in description. So Finance Commission recommends the share of the states in center's taxes. In 14th Finance Commission it was 42%, and in 15th Finance Commission it is 41%. That is 1% less. So that is about the vertical devolution, right? So this 1% has to be given for newly created Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. And then subsequently we will come to grants in aid. There will be several grants in aid, like revenue deficit grant, grant to local bodies, disaster management grant has been given to deal with asymmetric disparity, to deal with asymmetric federalism which is existing in our system, right? So in tax effort also it is given to the it is given with respect to tax collection efficiency. So this is how these things are already discussed in the content video. So this ensures the state's capacity for boosting tax regime. Then if we see about demographic performance, so those states who have controlled their population by population control measures will be incentivized for this act, and that's why we have this demographic performance as a measure. So you can just use this. One can be very creative in answering these kind of questions while talking about 15 Finance Commission recommendations can be broadly categorized into three parts: performance specific, state specific and sector specific. So you can just sector specific, like in the earlier video I have already told that it has got the recommendation for sector specific such as health, nutrition, even disaster specific funds are there. Performance specific funds are there. State specific. Some states where revenue deficits will be more, will be given special grant and additional grant. So these are the criteria. So means through vertical or devolution and through horizontal devolution, it will be trying to balance the fiscal federalism. So that's why it is also called the balancing wheel of fiscal federalism. Second type of write-up, that is one type of write-up. Second type of write-up is just talk about vertical devolution of state is 41% of total divisible pool. This has continuously increased with increased in welfare role provided by state, right? Local level grants to panchayat and municipalities help them in being viable and perform welfare role at grassroots level, right? And horizontal devolution takes into account factors like income distance. We already discussed about that, which helped in promoting cooperative federalism among the states. So that means what? Here the focus is on taking up one idea from Finance Commission and another idea from federalism and correlating it. Here you just highlight about the correlation in each point, and this is your answer. Apart from it, Finance Commission provides grants in aid such as revenue deficit grant, sector specific grant and disaster related grant to deal with contingency situations also, right? So this is the fiscal federalism. You can be very creative in making a pie chart for 15th Finance Commission, because question is specifically asking you about the 15th Finance Commission, and subsequently you can say that this is how the vertical divisible pool, this is for horizontal devolution and this is for vertical devolution, right? So this is basically two diagrams can be placed here. One can be very creative in this question, in this answer, and you can, since it is talking about in the question, you will see that balancing wheel of fiscal federalism. Why not create a wheel, right? So create a wheel, putting center at the center, and you'll have states, you'll have panchayati raj institutions, and states, you'll have the general states, you'll have the special states, So all these are giving the given this this funds through that. So recommendation for panchayati raj institutions will be, all these will be coming through alternative scheme of devolution, which is suggested by this Finance Commission. So grants for panchayati raj will be coming under panchayati raj institution grant. So here, since it is talking about federalism, so you'll have to use this is a standard sign, where this is talking about federalism. If you say that this is center, this is special state, this is state, and this one is PRIs. So in that case, this is representing unitary nature of the system, but this one is the federal nature of the system, where there exists a cooperation, or you can write like this. But you'll have to also denote, this is just the diagram wise representation. Diagram wise representation will not attract marks until it is giving the sufficient information. Your creativity should be relevant, it should make sense to the examiner. That is very important. So from center to PRI, it will be PRI related grant. From center to general states, you'll have through alternative scheme of devolution, through individual pool, and from center to special states, you will have special grants. These all have been discussed in the content video. So you can watch that. Then comes about conclusion. So what can be the possible conclusion? How to write conclusion about any topic? So when you have to write a conclusion, you will have to show some futuristic, some optimistic point of view about that topic. So here the Finance Commission has to be correlated with this this fiscal federalism. So you can take the broader aspects like welfare, like democracy, like decentralization, and you can further suggest on that, taking those ideas and highlighting the importance of Finance Commission to indicate in achieving those broader goals of the nation. You can highlight this conclusion. So like here it is written very simply, role of Finance Commission is becoming more important in post planning commission phase. You should be highlighting about the current how in post planning commission phase, this Finance Commission role is increasing, and it should be seen as significant institution for upholding the constitutional way of fiscal federalism. So that is a beautiful conclusion. And here also the second conclusion, some people might opt for that also. The welfare role of state is increasing day by day. Day by day, the welfare notion of the state is increasing. So therefore, in order to fulfill it, an efficient fiscal arrangement is needed between center and state. And so Finance Commission needs to play a very important role to make India a truly federal state. So this is how we have to write conclusion, which should be showing a broader vision and which should be optimistic in nature. So this is how we have to write the conclusion. So this is about the today's video. Please follow our link. Please download our app. All these PDFs will be uploaded in Telegram group as well as on our app. So please visit this link, comment, write these questions, take this session very seriously, and I'm sure this is going to be the most productive session for all of you. All the best.